What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Welcome to today's installment of Renegades Reviews. I am the Renegade J.J. Williams, here to bring you my thoughts on yet another horror movie. This one is a classic, and when I say classic, I mean classic. This was released back in 1931 from Universal Pictures, and it is the story of Frankenstein, an obsessed scientist who assembles a living being from parts of exhumed corpses. This movie starred Colin Clive, Mae Clark, Boris Karloff, Edward Van Sloan, Dwight Frye, Marilyn Harris. Again, like I said, when I say classic, this is classic. This week I'm going to start the Frankenstein series. You can't touch the original. Bride is great, and we'll get to that tomorrow. Let me rephrase. You can't top Karloff. We'll leave it at that. Boris Karloff was tremendous in the role of the monster, who is not named Frankenstein. That is the last name of the scientist. Everyone always ends up calling the monster Frankenstein. It's not his name. This movie is quite tame by today's horror movie standards, and even back when it came out in 1931, it's more of a psychological horror movie anyways, as opposed to a go up and kill people type of horror movie that we know today. And in a lot of ways, Frankenstein's monster, the monster, is just a kid. I introduced Dylan, Jeff's son, to this movie when Dylan was only about 4 years old. He's now 7. And I was able to do so via the fact that, one, like I said, this is incredibly tame to today's horror standards. And two, the Frankenstein monster could be very easily compared to that of a child. He is a man, yes, who is born. New life is breathed into this body that's been put together with this brain that's been sewn in and attached. And the monster must learn. The only true death or kill that we see in the movie, and you can't even really say that we see because we don't see it. The only real death that occurs in the movie is that of little Maria, and that's only done out of sheer innocence. The monster is sitting lakeside with her. She's throwing flowers in, showing the monster how they float. There's a Pennywise the Clown joke in there somewhere. But she's showing him how they float, and so he picks her up and throws her in the lake, thinking that she'll float. Clearly she doesn't. She drowns. And then the father somehow fishes her out of the river. How he does this, we don't know, because they don't really show that. Carries the dead Maria into town to get the mob together to go and try to kill the monster. Clearly we know the monster doesn't die because there's numerous Frankenstein sequels, all of which we're going to get to this week. But it's more of a psychological thriller in the fact that a man, Henry Frankenstein, is trying to play God essentially. What do you think of Frankenstein? Those of you guys that have seen the 1931 classic, let me know Leave your comments in the comment box below. Leave me your movie recommendations as far as what you'd like for me to review here on our road to Halloween. I've gotten reviews for Texas Chainsaw and Children of the Corn. I'm going to try to get to both of those. I do not have them in my video library, so I'm going to need to see if they pop up in the red box, if they pop up on Netflix, or if they come into my job and I can either purchase them there for fairly cheap, or if maybe Walmart has them fairly cheap and can get a hold of them. So I'm going to try to get to those requests for you guys. If I don't, I apologize in advance, but I'm going to try. We're still just halfway through September. We've still got over a month to go to our road to Halloween, so it's very possible that I will get to it. So leave me those movie recommendations in the comment box. Tweet them to me at ROWJJWilliams. Let me know what you think of Frankenstein. And until tomorrow, here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, I am the Renegade JJ Williams, and I will talk to you guys later.